Pearl and Marina have certainly got everybody talking about them since they were revealed in the latest Splatoon 2 Direct. I'm seeing some people, saying that they are missing the Squid Sisters, but generally I'm seeing a lot of love for Off the Hook. I'm seeing a lot of love for Marina. Marina is definitely more popular than Pearl. So yeah, basically they have got the community going crazy for them at this moment in time. I'm seeing a lot of love for Pearl and Marina. There is a lot of love knocking about for Off the Hook. But who are Pearl and Marina? That is what I will be talking about in this video. We don't have anything official yet from Nintendo to explain who Pearl and Marina are and how they are connected to the Splatoon universe. So what I will be doing in this video is offering my theory on who I think Pearl and Marina are, and then what I will be doing is going through some of the comments on some of my recent videos and going through some fan theories, and there is some interesting fan theories knocking about, and yeah, definitely I'm excited to share them and discuss who Pearl and Marina could potentially be. So my theory for Pearl and Marina is that they are just the next big thing in the Splatoon universe. Not only has it been 2 years since Splatoon Wii U came out in 2015, it has been 2 years since the events of Splatoon 1 in the Inkling universe. So Splatoon 2 is set 2 years after Splatoon Wii U, so maybe in that 2 years, maybe the Squid Sisters are no longer as popular as what they were a couple of years ago. CALLIE and Marina did separate. Maybe the Inklings didn't like that. Maybe they are missing a duo personality, and Off the Hook stepped in, and now they are filling in that gap left behind by the Squid Sisters. Obviously you got CALLIE going missing, which means that the Squid Sisters, they can't reunite at this moment in time. Off the Hook, they are taking advantage of that, and now they are the most popular band in the Splatoon universe, meaning now that Pearl and Marina, they can now host the news broadcast and Splatfest just because they are the most popular thing. That is just my theory for who I think Pearl and Marina are. I also think Nintendo wanted to create another duo so that they could do concerts in Japan, just because they did CALLIE and Marie concerts over in Japan, and the Japanese audience went absolutely bonkers for those concerts. So I'm sort of thinking that maybe Nintendo created these two characters. Maybe they didn't want to spoil the story for Splatoon 2 by doing concerts for the Squid Sisters, so maybe they wanted to create another duo to take their place so that they could still do concerts over in Japan. That's just my theory knocking about. I've got another theory related to the story. Maybe Pearl and Marina have got something to do with the events of Splatoon 2. I don't want to go too much into that just because I will be talking about that from the fan theory side of things. So the next thing that we'll be talking about is what you guys are coming up with, and you guys are coming up with some interesting theories on who you think Pearl and Marina are. But yeah, maybe Pearl and Marina, they have got something to do with this story, just because Marina is an Octoling, and Octolings are typically evil. So maybe Marina has got something to do with that. So these comments are comments left behind on some of my recent videos. So pretty much Marina is an Octoling but looks different to other Octolings. That is definitely an obvious observation that I definitely made, and some people have got some interesting theories regarding to that. So Hans Plastic X had this to say about that. I think she only just migrated to Inkopolis, and at the start was only accepted by Pearl. This is probably why she can be quite nervous and shy. And Twisted Sulfur had this to say in terms of Marina. She is an Octoling, but she looks different to other Octolings. The question is how she got out of Octo Valley. There is an army of Octolings to get past. So maybe Marina, she was born as an Octoling, but because she looked different to other Octolings, maybe the Octolings rejected Marina, and maybe Marina had to escape into Inkopolis to survive. Maybe she is a friendly Octoling. Maybe Marina, she didn't like what she was seeing from her other Octolings. You know, maybe she didn't want to follow what her other species were doing, and maybe she had to escape to survive. Maybe she didn't want to, you know, kill the Inklings. That's just, you know, an interesting theory that I've got based on those two comments. So moving on to a theory by Vinosh. My guess is that they are evil. Pearl has an evil look, and Marina seems always nervous, and she is also an Octoling. And maybe she is evil just because we have never seen a friendly Octoling. Typically, Inklings and Octolings are rivals, so yeah, maybe that will still be in place. But maybe Marina, maybe she is a friendly Octoling, and maybe friendly Octolings, maybe they are a thing in the Splatoon universe now. Megan Sutton has an interesting theory in terms of the story mode or the hero mode for Splatoon 2, and basically she had this to say: what if they're also a part of the story mode? Maybe they were behind CALLIE getting kidnapped. Maybe they were behind the Squid Sisters getting split apart. And then this led to another comment from somebody saying, remember DJ Octavio? And Samantha Abel has an interesting theory in terms of DJ Octavio, who was the final boss in Splatoon 1, and Pearl and Marina. And basically she had this to say: how did Marina even want to become the new Inkopolis star? Did she betray Octavio or something? Or because she is an Octoling? She is an Octoling, so maybe she is under the control of DJ Octavio. And basically, Crazy Fireball 808 said, what if Marina is DJ Octavio's granddaughter? That is an interesting theory. So maybe Marina is related to DJ Octavio. Maybe Marina is going undercover. Maybe she will wreak havoc on Inkopolis at some point in Splatoon 2. Maybe she is a sleeper agent. Maybe that is too deep for Splatoon 2. So moving on to a comment from Ron John. Pearl and Marina are CALLIE and Marie's daughters. Like a random Octoling is the dad. So pretty much Pearl being Marie's child because of the white hair, and Marina being CALLIE's child because of the dark hair. I don't necessarily buy that, just because, like what J-Ro Jones had to say, that is impossible just because only 2 years have passed since Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2. But Ron John, to cover his theory, had this to say: maybe they had the kids before the events of Splatoon 1. After all, celebrities have their secrets. I don't necessarily buy that theory. I don't think they are related to CALLIE and Marie. Megan Sutton also had this to say: maybe CALLIE and Marie and Pearl and Marina are rivals, and you know, maybe Pearl and Marina had something to do with CALLIE and Marie splitting up. So maybe they are rivals. Maybe there was always a rivalry between Squid Sisters and Off the Hook. Just to tie it back into my theory that I said at the start about Off the Hook being the most popular band now. Maybe there was always a fan base behind Off the Hook, but maybe because the Squid Sisters are no longer a thing at this time, maybe they will reunite in the future depending on what happens in the story in Splatoon 2. But because there is a gap from the Squid Sisters, maybe you will have some of the Squid Sisters fans moving over and now being fans of Off the Hook. Maybe there was always a rivalry there, and maybe that rivalry has got something to do with the events in Splatoon 2. So pretty much that is what Lux had to say. Actually, that fits in nicely. That is a nice little segue to what Lux had to say in one of my recent videos, and this is what he had to say, or he or she had to say. Yeah, Pearl and Marina definitely did something to CALLIE, or possibly with CALLIE. CALLIE's revenge getting you group to upstage Marie's solo career by faking by faking her going missing, and then make Marie realise how much she needs her, something like that. Or alternatively, she does the same plan, but Pearl and Marina backstab CALLIE once CALLIE decides to come back, or when you rescue her. So the final boss will be Pearl and Marina and not CALLIE. That is a few interesting theories in there. I guess, it is, I guess it could happen. Definitely is likely to happen. And the last theory from Garox 2023, he said, I think they are the ones who kidnapped CALLIE. Marina is an Octoling. Octolings are the enemies of the Inklings. Also, Pearl has, Pearl looks completely evil, pretty much. So, they're just a few interesting theories knocking about. Maybe Pearl and Marina did have something to do with CALLIE going missing. Maybe, like I said, Marina, she is a sleeper agent for DJ Octavio, and maybe when Marina entered Inkopolis, maybe she kidnapped CALLIE. Maybe DJ Octavio wants to brainwash the Inkling race, and maybe to do that, they got Pearl and Marina, and basically Pearl and Marina's music will brainwash the Inklings that will listen to that music. That's just another little theory knocking about. But maybe Pearl and Marina did kidnap CALLIE, and maybe Pearl and Marina, will be, maybe they will appear in the story mode. That's just a few interesting theories knocking about. Let me know your theories on who you think Pearl and Marina are in the comment section below. But until next time, I'm out of here for now. Goodbye.